What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm back here at Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood, Florida, checking out this brand new 2024 Hyundai Tucson Limited. This popular SUV has been redesigned for 2022 model year, but I haven't done one since, so this would be a good refresh. We're going to do a quick walk around of it, see if anything has changed for 2024 model year. Now, if this is the first time we meet, my name is Matt. Here on Matt the Car Guy, I post new car reviews every single week. And if that's something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and ring that bell notification bell. Now let's get back to this. Well, let's start in the front of this 2024 Hyundai Tucson. So despite some rumors earlier this year online, it has not been redesigned, and it's basically a carryover from 2023 model year. Let's see what's going on this 2024 Limited. So this portion of the grille right here are the lights. They're nicely illuminated once you turn them on. They also serve as the daytime running lights, and the main headlight unit is down below. You also have this functional air curtain that helps with the air circulation and aerodynamics of this vehicle. The front grille is covered in the smoked chrome, big Hyundai logo right here in the front view camera. And then if you scroll down below, you see a little bit more of an air inlet right here at this bottom portion of the bumper. That's wrapped in this matte black and finished at the very bottom with this polished aluminum looking plastic trim. Now, what powers up this thing? Before we open up the hood, let's check out the hood itself. So it does have this indent right in the middle, two raises on the side, a few lines, but wait till we get on the side to see all of the crazy lines on it. Let's pop the hood, let's see what powers up this thing. Well, this is the gasoline-only version of it. That's a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine producing 187 horsepower, 178 foot-pounds of torque. It could be either a front-wheel drive, and that's what I have for you today, or an all-wheel drive, both delivering power through an 8-speed automatic transmission with pedal shifters. You have the prop stick on the side and some sound insulation at the bottom of the hood. And as we go around the corner, you can see the familiar already shape because it has been out for about 2 years. It was redesigned in 2021 for 2022 model year, and I know a lot of people have the love or hate relationship with it, especially with all of the crazy lines and angles. A lot of people love it, some not so much, but let's take a peek. I like this white color on it. It's got a lot of sparkle inside of here. You have this matte black cladding around the wheel wells. They're kind of squared off as well, and this particular one is equipped with the 19-inch wheels, 235 by 55 as the tire size. All-wheel disc brakes, of course. At the bottom of this vehicle, you'll find this matte black trim right at the bottom of the door and basically going around the entire vehicle. As we get close to it, you'll see that the top of the mirror is covered in the same color as the rest of the vehicle. It does have a turn signal as well as the camera, and inside of the mirror you can see that it does have the blind spot assist. At the top of the windows you have this chrome, but it's more of a satin chrome finish right here that continues towards the end of this vehicle and finishes off with this trim behind the rear window. And overall, this is what you have on the side. And let's take a look in the back. As we go around the corner, you see the lights. Very nice, all LED setup. This light right here also glows in the dark. Basically, it turns on, and you can see this very specific light signature of it. You have the rear view camera right here, Hyundai logo, and where's the wiper? Yes, it's nicely hidden underneath that gate spoiler. That also includes the third brake light. And this is what we have in the back. One more thing to point out is this texture on the bumper. It's definitely not boring, and you can see the bottom of it is finished off in this more of a gunpowder metal trim. Now the gate is power, so we can open it up by pushing the button on this very sophisticated remote. I'll see what all the other functions are, and it looks like we have some goodies. Let's see what we have. And these are some of the accessories that came with this particular vehicle. Now on top of the gate you can see the button to close it, and plenty of room for your cargo. This one also have the floor mats and the cargo mat, and underneath this floor right here you have a spare tire with the tools and the jack to help you with removing it. A 12-volt power outlet, which is a really nice touch. It has an illumination on one side, and these are to fold down the seats in case you need more room. You can do this, and it's going to transform into a cargo carrying SUV. Now that's what we have for cargo, and let's see what we have for passengers. Well, the rear door is open. Let's see what's going on in the rear door panel right here. This is all hard plastic. This is nicely trimmed on the inside, which is a big plus in my book. Kind of breaks it up a little bit. We've seen on some of the Hondas and Toyotas that the rear passengers are not getting so much attention, with pretty much everything very plain. Now this one has this trim piece in the middle. Looks really nice. And being a limited trim, you'll have the heated outward rear seats, and then you have your window control, a little bit more storage down at the bottom, and a speaker. Now this is the seating configuration, and the seats itself nice and comfortable. This is this man-made leather, and then you have the armrest that also includes cup holders in here that's foldable. And I have this for a reason, so you can see that the seats are adjustable as well. You can fold them down, but you can also adjust the reclining on it. There you go, by pulling up on this lever down here. Both of the seats, driver and passengers, have the seat back nets with more storage, and right here you have your own vents for the back, which is a huge plus because a lot of manufacturers don't include it. You also have your USB, regular USB Type A ports. Let me jump inside, see if I have any room. And as I'm sitting inside, you can see that I have plenty of headroom. Even then, this vehicle has been equipped with the panoramic sunroof. Now let me show you my knees right here. Not that I want you to kind of look at them, but this is how much room I have in front of them before I would hit the driver's seat. Now the driver's seat is adjusted to my regular driving position, and I am 6 feet tall, just for your point of reference. Plenty of shoulder room, no issues there. Let's take a look what's going on. Before we get inside, let's take a look and see if we can make this vehicle move with the remote. So as most of you seen the commercials with Hyundai advertising that you can move your vehicle with the remote, this is the remote that you can do it with. So lock, unlock, you have the hold for the gate, panic button. This is the summon feature for reverse out forward, and this is the hold to get it started. So first, I want to make sure that the vehicle is locked. We're gonna hit that remote start and start it up. As you can hear, the vehicle started. And I'm gonna hit that reverse back up here. Now I could hear that the vehicle went in gear, but for some reason it doesn't want to move. Am I too far from it? It shouldn't be. Well, let's hit the forward button and see if we can make it walk or drive. And there you go. See, the vehicle is moving by itself. Once I let go of it, it stops. Also, technically, if it encounters any objects in the back, it's moving back, and I get in front of it, it should stop. And it did. All right, that's also applied the brake, as you can see on here. So it did what it's supposed to do. Now we can get inside. Let's get this turned off. Unlock it. See, you also have the smart entry system on this vehicle, which I didn't mention before. As long as the key is somewhere on you, stick your hand inside of the door handle, you can unlock it. And this is what we have. Let's hear for the sound of the closing door. Boom. Nice, solid, no complaints here. Front door panel looks just like the rear door panel, which we've already covered, but you have 2 memory seat settings. You also have the Twitter right here, as well as you have the window mirror lock controls in the back, as well as the storage underneath here. Now the seat is power adjusted for the driver's side. Let me actually leap over and see if we have the power adjustments on the passenger seat. Yep, power adjustments on both driver and passenger seat, which is a big plus in my book. And this is the interior. Let me jump in, I'll show you the rest of it. I think it would be a good idea to get this vehicle started. Hit the start stop button right here. The vehicle comes to life and it tells us that we have low fuel. We do have just enough to take it for a test drive. There's about 26 miles left on it, and the air conditioning feels so good, just about. So what we have is we have this double tier dashboard, and you have the vents that are incorporated in this trim that kind of continues and gives you that feeling of like it's whole one piece to it. There's a little bit of fabric covered dashboard right here. This is all soft plastic. This is soft plastic right here. Then you have the hazard lights, another set of vents. Up on top you have a speaker, no head-up display on this one, and you do have 2 10.25 inch. Well, and here's your instrument cluster. I hope you don't mind the flicker. It is not flickering at all. It is my camera in a different frame rate, so hopefully it's not very distractive. But my favorite feature on this is the blind spot monitor. So when you turn your turn signal right, it's gonna engage the right camera, left, the right camera, the left camera, and it displays right in front of you. So it's a really nice feature. Then you also see what's going on here as far as in the instrument cluster. There's different modes that you can apply to it. So let's see, switch the drive mode. Which drive mode are we in right now? So we're in the smart drive mode. If you switch it to sport, you can see everything turns red and normal. That's where we had before. A little bit more blue on the smart mode, but really not much of a difference. So what do you see on front of you is the right hand side, the tachometer, left hand side the speedometer. You also have your gear indicator. You also have how many miles the vehicle has and the digital display as far as the speed. Now this I know you can change, so let's see if we can go through those menu pages here. So you have compass, tire pressure, we need to drive to display. Now this one has the attention level or the lane keep assist, and then we're back to either the speedometer, auto stop timer, accumulated trip info, trip B, and the drive info. You can hold OK to reset it if you want to just, there you go. So this is your instrument cluster, 10.25 inch display. One thing to mention, it doesn't have any hood over it. Now it's not super sunny at the moment, so it is nice and visible. I wonder how it would look when the sun would be beating directly on it. Steering wheel, nice to the touch, right thickness. You have the pedal shifters in the back so you can manually change gears. Buttons on the left hand side, you have the fully customized buttons for the mode or the favorite button, and once you hit that on the screen, it displays what you can do with this. So the mode button can be assigned to one of those features: Bluetooth audio, phone projections, sounds of nature, USB music, or FM. And if you want to do the star button on the steering wheel, you can do non-quiet mode, reroute, cancel route, radio, media, on and off. So you can assign it to either one of them, and basically that's what it's going to do. We're going to leave it at none so people can customize it themselves. In the middle of this steering wheel, of course, you have the Hyundai logo, and on the right hand side, this is what I was doing to change different settings. In the middle of the instrument cluster, cruise control, dynamic cruise control, lane keep assist, and this is your steering wheel. Now moving to the right hand side, you see this display, 10.25 inch. By the way, if this is too small for you, you can go for the Kia Sportage, which is basically, it's simple. They have 12.3 inch display, and here slightly different interface, but the menu remains the same. So you have your map, which has a built-in navigation and navigation menu, phone projection. So you have to connect your phone through a cable to get the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay with this bigger screen on the Hyundais or Kia. For some reason, they like people to use their navigation. Voice memo basically records a short voice message to retrieve it later, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road and look for a piece of paper to write it on. Here's your climate control settings. Right, then you can set the temperature as auto, and you can actually adjust it through here. So you have to adjust it through down below, which is fine. But this is basically your settings and the different configurations, so you can turn certain features on or off. And then you have the valet mode, quiet mode, which turns off the rear speakers, limits the output of the front speakers. Now you have the radio, which let's see, make sure that the volume is down. But as far as the sources, you have FM, AM, and Sirius XM. So these are your options as far as the radio. And back to home screen. Now this is all touch screen and it's really easy to get to. Radio media setup, Blue Link notification user manual. Let's see what we have in the setup really quick. So vehicle navigation, sound device connection, user profile, voice recognition, screen layout display, different customization of the button. Blue Link is the Hyundai connected services, which you can subscribe to. One more thing, media, it has the sounds of nature feature, which we can test out to, basically hear how the radio sounds. And I can see this is the lively forest, but they have several different options for it. Let's see how this, if we can hear this. On the sailing ship, city at dawn. It definitely gives you a nice depth as far as the sound is concerned. So I'll turn that off, actually go back to the main screen, and we're done with this portion of the screen. This is your 10.25 inch screen. You have a bunch of buttons. Those are not physical buttons, more of a touchscreen type of setup. And down at the bottom you have a little display. This is for your climate control. So as you can see, you have a dual zone climate control, as well as you have the controls to adjust the temperature, fan speed, different vent settings. You can also hit the diffuse. And down at the bottom you have the two USB type A ports, one 12-volt power adapter, and the wireless charging station. Also heated, ventilated seats for both driver and passenger, heated steering wheel, hill descent assist. You have your parking assist. Now we're gonna close that off actually, but I'm gonna leave that camera on just to see what you have as far as the camera system. Really nice display. Check out this quality. You also have the top down view with the active trajectory lines and then several different angles. I think a lot of Hondas and Toyotas could learn from the Koreans of how to set up basically your rear view camera. Now it turned off because this was only in the park assist. Let's turn it back on, put it in reverse. So different angles, different settings, top parking lines, rear view parking lines. You can turn these on or off however you like it. I'm really impressed with the way that the Hyundai and Kia are doing their displays. Now I have to put it in park right here. All right, so you can change drive modes, and we already went through it, and you can do it through here. You can turn off your automatic start-stop feature, and you do have the push button transfer case. So the transmission is push button. Right here, parking brake, auto hold, cup holders, more storage down below, panoramic sunroof. Open it up. Oh, that's a lot of light. That's a lot of air inside. You have a nice windscreen right here. Now let's close this up. What else do we have? LED lights, home link system on your mirror right here, your Blue Link on top, and then you have the illuminated mirrors. Now I turn on the illumination separately. This is the interior of this 2024 Tucson Limited. Let's take it for a spin. Well, let's check out how much this vehicle costs. I have a sticker right here, 2024 Tucson Limited front wheel drive right here. The sticker, including the destination charge and a few options, is $38,970. Starting MSRP is $36,510. This vehicle has the color that's added. That's called the Serenity White Pearl. Carpeted floor mats, cargo net, reversible cargo tray, cargo cover, first aid kit, and wheel locks. Those are factory installed options. So this is what you'll get. Now, when I look at Hyundai's website, as of the time of this filming, they haven't updated the 24 pricing yet, so they don't even have the 2024 models yet. Maybe by the time you watch this video they'll have it, but it looks like the MSRP went up from $36,160 starting MSRP last year to $36,510, so about $350 increase, which is not bad year over year considering the inflation and raising cost of everything else. So hopefully this is not going to deter you from it. Let's take it for a quick spin and let's see how this drives. Now, it's been a while since I've driven the Tucson, so this would be a nice refresher. I have driven the new Sportage not too long ago, and since both of the vehicles are sharing tons of components, that includes the platform that it's built off, as well as the powertrain, which is that 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, and transmission. It just has the different body, different interior features, although many of them are the same, but it should drive relatively the same. On paper, those vehicles are within 0 to 60 within 0.01 of a second or something like this in favor of the Tucson. Not sure why, maybe the tires, maybe the configuration was different, but as far as all the rest of it, it's the same. Now, it's important to know the gas mileage on it. So the gas mileage on this particular one is 28 combined, which means 25 in the city, 32 on the expressway. Well, it's decent. It's not the best in class, but it's non-hybrid, which also brings me to one other thing. The Tucson is available in the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid versions. So if you want something that's more gas efficient, you can definitely check those out. And I'm going to try to take a look at one of those or both in a separate video. So once on the road, it feels more like a car than an SUV. You sit fairly low to the ground, but higher than, let's say, on the Elantra. But it's not like overwhelmingly big, right? So this would be a perfect switch car for somebody that, hey, I've driven an Elantra, Sonata, let me switch to this. This might be great. This road produces a lot of road noise. So, you know, right now we're on this little bit better portion of it. Tires, you can hear them, not very excessive as far as the noise. And, you know, we didn't do the acceleration test, which I'm going to do soon. But overall, once you get it up to speed, it's nice, smooth, quiet, no complaints here. Yeah, once you lay down on it and it reduces a couple of gears, you can definitely hear that engine. But again, it's not bad. You can hear the same type of noise in the Sportage, in the RAV4, CR-V, any other of the compact SUVs. You know, as far as price, this is actually priced fairly well in the segment, considering, you know, at $36,000 you're looking at top of the line. If you're looking at the Japanese competitors with both Toyotas and Hondas, I think Toyota tops off at almost $50,000 once you load it up. Well, Honda, just a little bit less, but also it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And Kia has a few models that the Tucson does, and this is basically their highest end trim with the Limited. Oh, let's check out the acceleration now. So it takes a while. I think it's rated right about 9.1, 9.2 seconds. Definitely quick enough to merge in traffic. Don't try to take it on the track. And one more thing to mention, if you see Hyundai Tucson N-Line, it's still equipped with the same powertrain. So maybe as an update or as a refresh for next year, we're going to get that N-Line or N from the Kona N, which is a lot more powerful engine. This would be fun to drive, especially if somebody likes the performance. By the way, the new Kona is coming out this year, which is going to be really exciting. Also, the Santa Fe is getting redesigned, and of course the Sonata. So I'm definitely going to be back checking out those vehicles once they arrive at the dealerships, which should be in the next few months. We are in the beginning of August. Just as a point of reference, I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but this is pretty good, you know, considering the class that it competes at. I definitely think it's worthy competitor to all of the compact SUVs, and there's tons of them, so there's plenty of you to choose. One thing that you can't forget is the warranty on this vehicle. It is covered by the industry-leading 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain warranty. So if you buy it, something breaks, and they will stand behind it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you learned one thing, and if you did, I've done my job. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and it really means a lot to me if you hit that like button. I can't tell you how much it means as far as the YouTube algorithm. If you hit that like button, it means that you like it, so YouTube's going to recommend it to more people, and maybe more people are going to recommend it to other people. So I really thank you for doing that. And if you like watching content like this, make sure you turn on that bell notification bell so you don't miss any of the content coming out. With that said, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.